So there was a time a couple years ago when Robert De Niro at his Tribeca Film Festival, they had a film called Vaxxed, right? Could you look it up? I think it's Vaxxed.
Right.
And they were going to show it at the Tribeca Film Festival, and there was a big outcry over it because Big Pharma didn't want it shown. So then Big Pharma owns the media, and then they get to write people to write all these articles, do news spots like this to make people afraid of it, right? And so this is Robert De Niro. Watch this.
But it's another thing. It's the result of. It's not questioning how some people got autism, how the vaccines are dangerous, if not dangerous to certain people who are more susceptible. And nobody seems to want to address that, or they say they've addressed it and it's a closed issue, but it doesn't seem to be, because there are many people who will come out and say, no, I saw my kid change like overnight. I saw what happened and I should have done something and I didn't. So there's more to this than meets the eye, believe me.
Is that the experience you had, Robert? Something changed overnight?
My wife says that. I don't remember, but my child is autistic, and every kid is different. But there is something there. There's something there that people aren't addressing. And for me to get so upset here today, on the Today Show with you guys, means there's something there. That's all I wanted, was the movie to be seen. People can make their own judgment, but you must see it. And there are other films, other things that also just document and show. It's not such a simple thing.
So they pulled the movie.
Wait, what movie?
It was called Vaxxed.
Wow, and De Niro is such a hardcore blue MAGA guy. He's a hardcore blue MAGA.
Oh yeah, he's the one who came out and you know what he said about Trump, right?
And he just watched the industrial censorship complex ruin after his kid got injured. He just watched that happen. And to his credit, he couldn't be like a punk like every other person on morning TV.
So Dan Cohen just texted me, and he says the reason that Hotez said the coronavirus vaccines are dangerous is because he was trying to sell his vaccine. Which he lied about and claimed had resolved that problem. Then he got it approved in India and jabbed tens of millions of people.
He has less scruples than the chick that sold Jilly Juice.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, look at
what year was that movie, Vaxxed?
I have 2016.
So that was 2016 on Vaxxed and Robert De Niro. So let me play that for you one more time.
But it's another thing.
And by the way, let me just tell you, we're not making any statements. We're not giving any medical advice.
Censored.
We're glad it got censored because we're
asking for more censorship.
We're asking for more censorship here at the Jimmy Dore Show. As always, I hope Robert De Niro doesn't get to put whatever film he feels like he could just put in his film festival.
Look, there's two things that I believe in my heart.
This is America. You're not allowed to just do whatever you want artistically,
One,
are you?
We can vax our way out of this pandemic, and two, we can censor our way out of misinformation.
That's right. We can censor our way out of misinformation.
Censorship is the vaccine of the soul. In fact, I need a shirt of that. What is it? Other Steph and the other guy made that great CIA shirt for me. Oh
yeah.
Censorship is the vaccine of the soul, so I can promote that.
We should put that on a T-shirt. Censorship is the vaccine of the soul. Here we go. Watch this again.
It's the result of. It's not questioning how some people got autism, how the vaccines are dangerous, if not dangerous to certain people who are more susceptible. And nobody seems to want to address that, or they say they've addressed it and it's a closed issue, but it doesn't seem to be, because there are many people who will come out and say, no, I saw my kid change like overnight. I saw what happened and I should have done something and I didn't. So there's more to this than meets the eye, believe me.
Is that the experience you had, Robert? Something changed overnight?
My wife says that. I don't remember, but my child is autistic, and every kid is different. But there is something there. There's something there that people aren't addressing. And for me to get so upset here today, on the Today Show with you guys, means there's something there. That's all I wanted, was the movie to be seen. People can make their own judgment, but you must see it. And there are other films, other things that also just document and show. It's not such a simple thing.
So I got a text from a friend, says the movie was called Vaxxed. And Robert De Niro was right behind it up until they were supposed to air it. He got a phone call and no one knows who it was from. But right after that phone call, he would not back the movie.
Yeah. And the complete
It's
title.
called Vaxxed From Cover Up to Catastrophe.
And that phone call was from Dr. Peter Hotez.
Peter Hotez.
You've got my number. Call me anytime, Joe.
So that's really, I mean, you don't, how come no one shows that clip? How come Robert De Niro stopped talking about it? Well, I guess somebody lowered the boom on him. And, you know, the CIA works for corporations. They don't work for the president, right?
You know, celebrities regularly get calls of national security things that they should do and say.
So who knows? I mean, literally the CIA doesn't work for the president. That's called the deep state. They're the permanent state. They even admitted it, that we're here for.
It's our only hope against Trump.
That's what they all said. They said, oh, we're here a lot longer than him. We've seen presidents come and go. And so who do they actually work for? They work for corporations, right? They work for the military-industrial complex, big pharma, whoever the big corporations are, and Wall Street, because Wall Street has money involved in all the big corporations.
All the good people that should
So
be in
that's
charge.
what the CIA works for. It works for Wall Street. And it works for the military-industrial complex, which means corporate America, which means it doesn't take the orders from the president, which it doesn't. If anything, if the Trump presidency proved anything, is that the deep state, the FBI, the CIA, and the NSA does not work for the president of the United States. They work for someone else.
I'm guessing ever since JFK.
At least since JFK.
Is when I suspect it might have run amok.
And so who knows who that phone call came from? Because maybe it was a CIA guy. Who knows?
Wow.
But they got to him. And
I always thought
he
Eisenhower was a conspiracy nut until now.
Yeah, right.
I always thought he was one of these far right.
Beware the undue
nuts.
influence, that guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, they didn't show. I'm going to go watch that movie now. I'm going to go watch Vaxxed. Can you get it somewhere? Is there any place you can watch it? Look it up on Rotten Tomatoes. It'll tell you where you can watch it.
Because it might be like Jihad Rehab, which is great. You should see it, by the way. That it's just banned from Sundance.
What's it called?
Jihad Rehab.
Jihad Rehab.
It's a documentary about Saudi Arabia where people released from Guantanamo who weren't allowed to go home.
Oh, right.
Really good. Really good.
Hey, come see us live on tour. We'll be in Bakersfield, Baltimore, San Francisco, Huntington Beach, Rosemont, and Chicago, Las Vegas, Salt Lake City, New York City, Pottstown, Pennsylvania, Stamford, Connecticut, and more.
Hey,
Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets.